What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Coach to Coach YouTube channel. We're going to be sharing the newest episode here, which is going to be talking about the greatest content marketing strategy to sell your coaching program. When it comes to coaching, you need to have a strategy for your marketing. You also need to know what you're promoting next, but a more important thing as well too, you need to know how to be able to maximize your marketing so you're not spending a bucket ton of time and you are increasing your visibility. So the strategy that I'm about to share with you involves a couple of things. It involves attraction, making sure we're getting the right client. It involves maximizing that visibility. So how can we put ourselves on as many platforms as possible without spending 15 plus freaking hours trying to create content and post stuff? And then the last thing is awareness. When someone finally has that visibility, how can we then make this person aware enough to actually reach out to us for coaching? Because doing all of this content, doing all of this attraction, putting all of this great value out there means absolutely nothing if you're not converting this person or educating them enough for them to be able to make a decision, which is to reach out to you as a coach. Okay. Now, before I go into the strategy here, I really want to talk about what real content marketing is and how it's supposed to benefit your business as a coach, because a lot of people think that all they have to do when it comes to content is they just need to show up daily on their feeds. They're like, I'm just going to go out there. I'm just going to keep posting. I'm going to hop on lives. I'm not really going to have a structure. I'm just going to put mass volume. And then in all of the visibility, the right people are going to find me and they're going to connect to me. And this is where a lot of coaches have a marketing strategy that's very faulty, or maybe you're getting some leads, but you're leaving some people on the table because your strategy and your system is very random. And so it's very, very hard to get repeatable results. When we're looking to build a sustainable business past 20K, 25K, past 75 clients, the way that we do that is we have to make sure that everything from our systems, our practices, our program, and our content is something that is consistent. We can get a consistent result. We can get predictable leads, because when you start attracting the same people over and over again, when you start getting leads on a regular basis, you can then say, okay, based off of how many leads I have coming in or how long it takes someone between reach out to actually program sign up, then you can start to change and create a funnel system behind it. You see, a lot of coaches can't create a funnel system when it comes to their marketing strategy because it's so random. They don't know where in the strategy they need to work on or where in the strategy is broken. So having a marketing strategy benefits your business as a coach because it allows you to get consistent leads, because it allows you to show up as the leader in your space, and because when you have an on-brand and on-point marketing system, like you'll see if you're looking through my Instagram reel or my TikTok feed or my LinkedIn, all of those things are on brand, on color, on point. They talk about specific topics to lead to specific program promotions, which is what then gets specific clients that I'm looking for into our Coach to Coach programs and things like Fast Launch. Okay. So through this process, there's a couple of things that having a real strategy is going to benefit for you. The first thing is it's going to help you deliver value to build trust. Our marketing machine, the sole and main purpose is for us to build trust daily. Some people might be seeing you for the first time and they're going to say to themselves, who the heck is this person? I've never come across this coach before. Why should I work with you? Or some person might be seeing you the 14th time, in which case, if they're absorbing all of your content, they're going to be saying to themselves, well, is their content working? Am I seeing results, or am I seeing some type of a change following this person every single day? If you do not have those two things, whether it's making sure that you're building the trust quick from the first time they see you to it's the 14th time they've watched your thing, have they seen any change? That's what's ultimately going to build trust in you as a coach. If they don't have trust in you, they're not going to DM you for a program. They're not going to reach out to sign up for your thing. They're not going to attend a masterclass or a seminar. And that's because to themselves, they're thinking there's probably someone else at a higher level or someone else in a different coaching space that I can trust more or that I can see results from. So the main goal of this content strategy is to deliver value to build trust very quickly. Now, once we're building that trust, the next thing of a marketing strategy is to be able to showcase what I call your lead up thing. There is something between you've built initial trust to signing up for your program, especially if you're someone who coaches high ticket like we do with our coach to coach. People are not going to sign up for an 8K program, an 8K program, a 10K program in your DMs, not knowing who you are and what you do. They might do that after following you for an entire year or maybe 2 years, but that's actually not going to help you get clients right now. There are people who are ready right now in this moment that if you have a proper marketing strategy, you can actually showcase something low barrier for them to be able to attend to then make a commitment sooner. And this is where your marketing strategy is going to be built on showcasing your lead up thing. Is it a masterclass that you're promoting? Is it a free live training? Is it a 3-day challenge that you're promoting? Is it a seminar that you have? What is going to be that thing that you're talking about over and over again in your feed and in your marketing to show someone from your content, hey, here's step one of your problem. They do it, they see great results. Hey, you can actually get steps 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get you to your end goal by attending this offer or this masterclass. So we push them from initial value and trust to, hey, let's get you more of the support and the solution at a low cost to show you that I can be the professional. And then this is where the third part of a good marketing strategy comes in, which is number 3, it's talking about your offer because it's your offer that provides a solution. So if you're providing value in your feed, your stories and your reels should be where you are actively promoting every single day. And a proper marketing strategy is about making sure that you know what you're promoting, that you know what offers you have coming up, at least at a quarterly basis, and that you have your masterclasses or your lead up thing to lead towards that program. So the goal of the marketing strategy is you're building trust by talking about specific things that go into a masterclass. You then provide the rest of the solution for the masterclass and then say, hey, you can actually join our program where we help you take care of this without you even having to do a lot of work, and we do these other things. And you repeat the process over and over again, which is going to start to stack more leads, start filling more DMs consistently, and then that's how you're going to start to get more clients through the process. So the first thing that I want to do with this marketing strategy is I want to share with you the simple step process that you can pull your content directly from your program offers. Okay? Because a lot of people are like, okay, well, if I'm going to create this marketing strategy, all I have is my offer. I don't really know what to do from the marketing. So great. There's actually a lot that you can do to create a piece of content through your offer. You just have to know what to pull out of it. So we're going to go through the piece of content. And as a step number 1, we're going to write down the struggle that your offer solves. So this is going through any of the challenges that they have to overcome, any of the struggles that are there, any of the problems that are coming to you, because the struggle and the problem is going to be the initial hook. And this isn't saying that you're going to create a piece of content in your post and say, are you struggling with weight loss? Are you struggling with this? No. What we're going to do is we're going to use the struggle and we're going to use the connection, and then we're going to change that in the form of a story to say, here is how you can solve that struggle. Here is what you need to do to solve that problem. Here's how my client overcame the same thing. Because what this does is this is going to build the emotional connection. Someone's going to say, I have that problem. I have that challenge. I want to overcome that thing. And so now they're going to be hooked to actually start to take a look at your marketing more frequently. The more dialed in that we can get with someone's struggle by using their client words and their verbiage, by showcasing to them in a way that's empowering how someone has navigated that challenge, the more emotionally connected they will become for you as a coach, because they're going to say, hey, this person is speaking to me. And this is how you get attention over and over again. And attention's not likes, it's not shares. Attention is people who keep looking at your content and then they start reaching out and going for support. Now, once you've pulled that struggle part, you're then going to go through the modules or your program offering to find what is hindering them. So in any program offer, you're going to have some type of teaching, some type of modules, something that you're going to be teaching them the how and the what based on whatever their struggle is. Now, this is where you're going to pull what hinders them. It's important for you to showcase to them that they're already doing well, but that they could be doing better. They just need to stop this little snag. They just need to work through this little challenge. And you want to make it seem like it is something that is very effortless and that it's easy, because your other clients have done it as well too. So this could be like you are eating and exercising healthy every single day, but for some reason, you're still not seeing the last 10 pounds come off. Now, what's stopping you from seeing the last 10 pounds, aka the what hinders, is X, Y, and Z. And this is where you're then going to showcase the third part that it should already be in your offer, which is your unique method. Your unique method is the way that we're going to be talking about how we provide the solution. So in our hormone coaching programs, we had something that was called our hormone reboot process. And people were like, I want my hormones rebooted because that's what's stopping me from being able to remove the inflammation or reduce my digestive issues. For my wife, Lorna, she has something that's called the root and rewire process, which people are like, oh, I want to root and rewire my brain, holy cow. I want to root and rewire my brain so that way I can then take care and finally work through my binge eating. Your unique method should already be in your offer. And if it's not, then you need to have one there, because it's showcasing that you have the solution, and it's showcasing the solution in a way that other people don't have. So once we have the struggle, what hinders them, and your unique method, now it's going to come time to actually build what your marketing strategy should be. So here's what you want to do. You want to send 60 days. Typically, I recommend 60 days. It's a healthy amount of time in which someone can fast launch and actually fully promote the program. And over the 60 days, you're going to have your offer at the very end, and then you're going to be talking about every single module or every single challenge that you have inside the program and building content on it. Now, for us to be able to then do the next part of the marketing strategy, which is have an increased visibility, this is where I want to teach you the second step of this great strategy, which is how to repurpose one piece of content so you can maximize your reach across all platforms. It's something I do with the Coach to Coach YouTube channel, and it's something that you should be doing every day, because it's going to be very difficult for you to show up daily on your feeds if you don't have the time to, or if you're spending a lot of time coaching. So this way is the way that I do it, which maybe I'm filming a total of 3 hours a week, and yet over the span of the entire week, I'm showing up daily on 5+ different platforms. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with long form content video, and we're going to write a script. This script doesn't have to be word for word, but you need to have all the key points. You need to have all the key things that you're talking about, and you're going to make sure that it's enough for you to talk about something for about 15 to 30 minutes. And here's why we write this long form content video, because it can show up from a video perspective as a podcast or as an audio form on a YouTube channel, and people or your clients that love long form content, they're going to be plugged into a long form nurture, and that's a part of your marketing strategy. And you're going to be showcasing a lot of these things, that their struggles and the challenges and what hinders through the process of this. Now, here's where we're going to take this long form content and chop it a million different ways to Sunday, so you can get at least 30 pieces of content from that. The first thing that we'll do is we're going to take that same script, and then we're going to use it as a blog. We will create a blog, and we will create a newsletter that goes out talking about one or two of the key points, and then pointing people to go see the rest of the points from a long form piece of content that you've already filmed. The best part about this, you don't have to change the writing. You don't have to change the words. You already know what you're talking about. So that should take you another 5 minutes maximum for you to be able to summarize what you talked about in that long form video, and then post it out to your nurture sequence and to the people that you already know. Now, once you have that, then you're going to go and you're going to take the key points from that script and you're going to break it into a 3 to 4 email chain. This is what we're going to be using to then promote our lead up thing, which is our masterclass or our seminar. And here's how you do the 3 to 4 email chain. You take the 3 to 4 main points that you talked about in that long form piece of content, and you're going to write and elaborate an email on each one. And yes, it's going to be the exact same thing that you talked about, but the only difference is instead of leading to the long form piece of content, you're going to lead them to the lead up thing, the value stack masterclass, the seminar, the live training. And that way you have people being email nurtured and you've got at least a month's worth of emails through just that single long form piece of content. Now at this point, this is where we have to start focusing on your socials. So now you're going to use the same main points that you got in that script, and you're going to create a carousel with a call to action at the end. Now, depending on how elaborate you went into this long form piece of content, you could create a carousel for each one of the points, or you could create a carousel that sums up all 3 of the points and either have a call to action that says, hey, come check out the long form piece of content, or you can have the call to action that's going to lead to the masterclass and the seminar. We're doing this because we're trying to lead people in, the grand marketing strategy, trying to lead people in to that value add so that way then we can talk about the program afterwards. Now at this point, again, you have these points already. So why not take it a next step? Holy cow. Why not create and take it a next step and a next level and create a live and expand on only one of those points? We get really deep into it and we explain the point in full, and then we tell them, hey, listen, I also created a video that talks about the other ones, and we point them to the long form video for the rest. You could do one live video every single week for 3 weeks to hit your 3 or 4 points that are there. Now, finally, this is where we need our daily little snippets or piece of content. This is where I recommend you guys sign up or use a software like Riverside FM. Riverside FM is amazing because it will actually watch the entire video and it will, using AI, clip and find the best tracks for reels. So any type of 22-minute to 30-minute episode is probably going to get you 4 to 5 good reels. And all you have to do is put captions up on it. And then you'll actually have something that's talking about a specific topic that leads up. Now, when it comes to selecting this piece of long form content, we're going to select the piece of long form content based on every single section in the modules of whatever our program we're promoting. We're pulling it directly from the modules of the offer, so that way all of our content is on brand. Our content, and by brand, I'm saying whatever we're promoting for the offer. So the long form piece of content talks about something that the program helps with. The daily reels talk about pieces of the long form content that's going to then showcase the program. Our emails are then leading up to the masterclass, which is going to showcase the program. And so you go from having this like really overwhelmed system to, well, I just have to make one piece and then clip it 15 different ways. And then that's what's going to allow me to then start to do more posts. Now, the final piece of this is the actual posting part. This is where you can use, again, another platform, because I'm a big believer in tech. You can use Hootsuite. There are so many different ones. But at the end of the day, you don't have to be the one to post them automatically yourself. Use a platform. Hootsuite is great. It's the one that we use. And basically start then creating all of them for Instagram, YouTube, Shorts, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. Make sure that everything is coming up with the same. And you're going to say to me, well, Andrew, should we really be posting the same thing on all feeds? Yes, because the reality is not everyone sees the same thing in one place. And also, you're going to have different followers or engagement on one platform as you will on the other. So your stuff doesn't need to be different. Or if you're going to have different, have Instagram for one specific thing and maybe YouTube for another. So as an example, our Coach to Coach YouTube channels where we do all of our long form content and trainings, and our Instagram is where we have all of the snippets and where I'm doing my stories and providing daily value. But TikTok and Facebook, it's identical to what I'm doing on Instagram, and that's because regardless of where they come and they see me, it's still going to be value for them, whether they're seeing it multiple times or they're seeing one of the 5 on Instagram and then the other 2 of the 5 on TikTok or Facebook through the week. At the end of the day, this grand marketing strategy is about pushing one offer, pushing whatever masterclass or training is next, nurturing through your email sequences, and then providing free value in between. If you do this and you do this properly, you're going to be getting at least 15 to 20 different pieces of content that you can keep putting out there every single day. This is what coaches use to scale themselves to 50 to 100K months because it works, it's effective, it's no brainer, and you don't have to have a large team to do this. You can start doing it right now with, 2 to 3 teammates, and then you can start getting more professional with your videos later on. I'm a big believer in a coach in doing what I call is the path of least resistance. This is how can I put the minimal amount of work for the maximum amount of effort with the maximum of visibility, making sure that people are still getting value. So the long form piece of content is there for people who value long form. The short form piece of content is there for people who maybe have just found you and want to kind of see what you're about first. The shorts and the Facebook is there so that way, regardless of what platform they're on, they're still finding you. And then the emails are there for people who want that little quick hit every single week of something new that they can learn and then step into your world. And the masterclass or the trainings are there to be able to then see what you're all about and get clarity on what their struggle is. When you do this, you're going to have a full strategy in a program or a full strategy in a process for you to be able to go from start to finish with your marketing. And the key is for you to look ahead at your programs and what you're doing at least quarterly. That way you can start to plan this and you can be intentional with your content. Intentional content is what attracts the right people every time. It's what fills up your leads on a consistent basis, and it's what's going to get people to sign up on the daily. One other thing as well too is we are currently in the process of running our fast launch program. I've talked about it in the last couple of videos. We're on the second training now. If you're a coach who is struggling to fast launch their program and you have a program in the wind, it doesn't have a lot of people, you want to get it to that 50 to 75 clients so then you can offer a phase 2 or you can start to then build out your next program. We are going to be launching all of the coaches who are in fast launch right now. We're going to be launching their program in 60 days. It doesn't take long to be able to launch this thing. It doesn't take long to be able to fill your funnel, to provide and build that trust very quickly. The key is sometimes it's a combination of getting out of your own way as a coach, but also a combination of what's the right value draw, how do I create an irresistible offer, creating content that converts clients and that attracts the right people,